had it over iCarly?
How do I?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kiya and J Studios. It's your boy Jay.
It's your girl Kiya.
And today we have our very first and will not be our last ranking video.
Alright guys, so today we'll be doing our first ranking video. We're so excited because people have been telling us to do this for the longest time and we just haven't been able to get around and do it, but we're gonna start doing it now because it's literally so fun. It's cool to like kind of reminisce and feel a little bit nostalgic, you know, talking about like the old shows and stuff like that. So today we'll be doing the 2000s Nickelodeon sitcoms ranking thing.
Yes, and to be clear,
so yeah,
I want to make this clear because a lot of people gonna have some issues with the ranking and some things being left on and some things being off. This is only 2000 sitcoms.
Yeah.
So if it starts after 2000, if it starts during or after 2010, then it's not on this list. If it starts in the 90s, it does not wind up on this list. Now there is one show, there are two shows actually on this list that are start in the 1990s but are on this list, and the reason why they're here is because they carry over from the 90s into the 2000s.
Right.
So if it carries over into the 2000s, then it's on the list.
All right, so we have, I'm gonna put a picture here of all like the shows, right? And we're gonna choose which ones we think, you know, I think we're doing 8, right? The top 8.
We'll start from the least and go up to number 1.
Number 8, the one I have for number 8 is H2O. Now a lot of people will be like, why the heck H2O? I swear to God. Okay, so let me explain myself here. Alright, so when I was a kid, I hated H2O. Like, I would watch it, but I would sit there and roast it. I don't know why. Maybe because I had older siblings, I thought it was corny, so I thought it was corny too. But it wasn't until I got to like probably like middle school or like, yeah, middle school, and I started watching it with my mom and my sister, and we're just like, dang, this show is actually really good.
Sisters. Because that's the thing is that our oldest sister was into it too later on.
Yeah, the thing is it was a good show. Like, it was,
I didn't watch it personally.
I mean, I didn't realize how good the storyline was, honestly. And so, like, when I watched it again, I was like, hey, this is actually
I remember hearing that all the time.
Emma!
That's the only thing, because they had the TV up so loud. That was all I heard. Cleo! Emma!
Literally.
That's all I was hearing. Like,
Cleo, the bathroom's free. Oh no, the condensation! Emma! Oh no, Cleo! Emma!
But it was a good show. I feel like it was definitely a show that was very underrated for sure. I think it was way better than what people like thought it was at the time. But it had like a couple of seasons, so obviously people liked it. So that's why.
I think didn't it get a spinoff as well?
Yeah, it had Mako Island.
At 8 for me, I have Unfabulous.
Oh, I love that show too.
It was a very underrated show. Once again, like some of these shows are extremely underrated because they got a lot of garbage time. Because keep in mind, 2000s was the animated cartoon era. So you know, during that time, it was really SpongeBob, Hey Arnold took up like the bulk of the good TV time. Unfabulous sort of fell a little bit in the back. A little underrated, but it's great storyline.
It was a really good show.
Really good show, and it ran for a couple of years. It was a pretty good show.
So number 7, what happened? Number 7. A lot of people probably be like, what the heck? Okay, I have iCarly as number 7.
Ooh.
And the reason why I have that, wait, okay, no. All right, so number 7 is gonna be the Naked Brothers Band. And the reason why I said that is because it was memorable for me. I don't know what it is about Naked Brothers Band. I feel like anybody who actually grew up watching it, it just kind of sticks. I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's just because
the only thing you remember, that you remember is the intro song. I bet you don't remember the.
I remember the song and everything.
I don't wanna go to school. Yes, it's true. I don't wanna see a teacher's face again. I find it surreal. I feel alone. Walking down the street, I feel alone. I'm curious for how you sing me. Curious what went through your head.
Do you remember one episode? The plot of one episode. Tell me. Exactly.
Oh wait, no. It was that time.
See, nah. Move on. Cause you don't even remember an episode. You remember the theme song, but you don't remember the episode. You don't remember none of it.
Okay, it was so long ago though.
Exactly.
I was a kid. I don't remember.
It's so bad to where the younger brother, the kid who played the younger brother on Naked Brothers Band, was in he was in Jumanji, and people were looking at him trying to say, "I swear I've seen him somewhere."
Yeah, that's true.
And you
that's
can't
true.
even remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you have Naked Brothers Band at 6.
Yeah.
You had him over iCarly.
Wait, how do I have it?
You made some mistakes. Correct yourself.
So I feel like I have Naked Brothers Band right. It should not be ranked above H2O or iCarly. It should have been at the bottom of the list. I don't even know if it should have made it on the list, to be honest. I think when I looked at it, I was like,
shouldn't be on the
I
list.
think when I looked at it, I was like, oh snap.
Now my number 8 was number 8 was Unfabulous.
Mm-hmm.
My number 7 is True Jackson VP.
That was a good show.
Now vibe with me here. It did not last very long, and it seemed like it went away just as quickly as it came in.
Yeah.
But remember, after the first season, even though it did really well, more shows came out at around that time.
Yeah.
And True Jackson VP sort of got pushed to garbage time,
Yeah,
like midday when no kids are home. If you actually followed the show, all of y'all who vibe with True Jackson VP, please drop a VP in the comment section.
Even Justin Bieber was on the show for one episode.
Yeah.
I remember that episode. He was on there too.
Yep.
I agree with that. I think that's a good pick. Okay, so my number 6. Number 6 for me is iCarly. I love the show, but I don't know. Like, I really liked it, but I would watch it if it was on TV. Like, I really loved the show, but I wasn't like a hardcore fan for iCarly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I liked it, but I wasn't like, oh my god, I have to see the new episode. But like, it was memorable. I think in all of our childhood times.
Yeah, well, it went so long. People,
It did.
iCarly was a very popular show, but when you're talking about like the quality of shows, how like quality and everything like that, I feel like there were some better shows, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, I mean, I love the show. Don't get me wrong, like, y'all, the show is amazing. I loved it. I mean, it made my childhood pretty much. So yeah.
Now, the homies gonna watch this video and they gonna have a problem with me. They gonna have a problem with me about this. But at number 6, I have Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. Now, y'all know, anybody who knows me, Ned's Declassified is my personal favorite show.
I love it so
It's
much.
personally my favorite show of all the Nickelodeon shows, outside of maybe All That, Kenan and Kel, and one other that I'm gonna get to later in this video. It's one of my favorites.
Right.
But it was also played at a bad time. So it was still sort of in garbage time. It just wasn't as bad as True Jackson VP was, being placed at a time when kids weren't even home from school.
Yeah, I just rewatched it. Literally, I just rewatched the series. I was like, this is so it was so good. Like, I remember why I loved it so much, and like, I think I love it even more now as an adult though, because it's really good.
Yeah.
And like, the thing is, I think they're actually trying to come up with an adult version too, of like, you know, surviving adulthood, whatever, or something like that. But like, the guy who plays Ned was actually talking about it on his TikTok. So he's basically saying that he was basically pushing for them to basically do that, you know, like make a reboot, which I think it will actually do really, really well, because a lot of people are on board with that, and so.
No more Fortnite! No more cars! No more $19 cars! No more trolls!
We can go into that into a different video, but I'm definitely for it. Are y'all for it? I mean, I'm definitely for it.
Like I said.
I definitely have it as. It's funny you say that, because I actually have this declassified on my list as number 5. So that's what I have it as. That's what I have for number 5. No regrets. I think that's a good. I think it's a pretty decent. Yeah, for sure.
See, at my number 5, I have iCarly. I have number 5. I have iCarly at my number 5. I think that that's a good spot. I don't think that iCarly was better than who I have in my top 4. But iCarly, it ran for a long time. The storyline was great.
Yeah.
And it only got better. I feel like it sort of stopped on a weird note.
It did.
It wasn't. I don't think that it ended very well. Same thing with Victorious. It just sort of ended. You know, I think I have. When you think about iCarly, you think about those classic episodes, the Neville episodes, the Nora episodes, when Spencer was locked in the basement.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's a lot. There's those episodes that you really point out, and for that reason, I have it at 5.
Right. All right. So with that being said, let's go up to we're at 4 now. So what I have for number 4 is Drake and Josh.
Whoa! Explain yourself.
Yes, I have it.
Explain yourself.
Woo!
You gotta explain yourself.
Oh, Drake and Josh. Come on, it's Drake and Josh.
Explain yourself.
It's a great
At number
show.
4.
Yes.
At 4.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Do you not have
Explain
it?
yourself.
Do you even have it on the list?
Explain yourself.
Drake and Josh, I feel like was an amazing series. It was funny. It went on for a long time. I mean, what is it? It's like iCarly, but I feel like better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I love this show. It was a
You
great
have
show.
it so low.
It's not.
It's low. 4 is low for Drake and Josh.
When we go a little bit higher, you know why.
I wish I was Drake.
I'm confident about my answer.
At my number 4, I have Zoe 101. And the reason why I have Zoe 101 at 4 and not higher is because, now let's be straight up. Everybody who watched Zoe 101 had a great time. It always had a great time on TV. So it was one of those shows that you were usually always able to see the new episode on time every week. You know, it was right on time. Zoe 101 was a great show. And there's not one person who watched that show that didn't look up to see if PCA was a real place because you wanted to go.
Right. That's true.
Let's be straight up. If you're watching this video, everybody wanted to go to PCA, so I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yo, I had my little computer out. That's what I had, an Acer computer. It was like a little small computer.
Acer?
My laptop computer.
Zoe 101 looking
I went
it up.
on there, I looked it up. I was like, I said schools like PCA.
Yeah, schools like PCA. No.
Looked up PCA to see if it was like something, at least as a boarding school like that. I really want to go. I mean, even their juice looked good. I swear to God.
Yeah. That blue drink. Yeah.
I swear to God, I was like, there's got to be a school. Is there a school out there like that? But nah, I had no luck. I was so upset.
No, the reason why I have it, lower at 4 is because I felt like the quality of the seasons went down when they split up.
It was awkward
the last 2
for a little
seasons.
bit.
It was pretty awkward because Zoe wasn't there.
They went without Zoe.
Right, so it was kind of weird, and I feel like the last full season, the quality went down by a lot because it was confusing. Yeah. So the show is Zoe's show, but she's not even on the show.
Yeah. And
then Chase, who was a big part of the show, you get rid of Chase and Zoe comes back when a big part of their storylines were intermingled.
Yeah, and then
and
that's what made the show when we finally get to see them together. But it was kind of like it was still cut off.
It was meh because you didn't really give us a chance to see what we had been wanting to see for a long time.
And we all know why they stopped, but I feel like if it wasn't for the fact that they had to end the show, I think it would have kept going.
Yeah, because the last season was subpar.
Kind of swap. Kind of swap, girl. Alright, so since you brought up Zoe 101, Zoe 101 is actually ranked number 3 for me.
Too high.
No, it's not.
You have Zoe 101 over Drake and Josh, Micaiah. I'm sorry, but even you can remember more Drake and Josh episodes than you can Zoe 101 episodes.
I mean, probably it's kind of hard to say now because I've already rewatched the series of Zoe 101. So.
But I bet you can still remember more Drake and Josh episodes.
I don't know about that because I really enjoyed Zoe 101. Like I enjoyed Drake and Josh, but I feel like I enjoyed Zoe 101 probably a little bit better for personally.
Drake and Josh was better. At number 3 for me, I have the Amanda Show. Y'all who do not, if you don't know the Amanda Show, you ain't in it.
Yeah, Amanda Show is definitely an OG show.
Yeah, it's an OG show. It started in, I believe it was 98 or 99, and it went into 2002.
99 gang is not boring.
So Zoe, for people who don't know what the Amanda Show is, it was sort of like a spinoff from All That, which All That was sort of like a kid's Saturday Night Live.
Right.
And Sinbad and underrated. He's one of the most underrated comedians of all time. Was in the mix with Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell, putting together and orchestrating this amazing show that is All That. Right. And the Amanda Show was sort of spun off of that. And that's where we got introduced to Drake Bell and Josh Peck.
Right.
They were introduced on that show, so the Amanda Show all together in itself was an amazing. It was with all the skits and everything like that. The Amanda Show, it was great. Right, so the Amanda Show was great. Like it's super underrated, but I felt like it deserved to be a lot higher. I remember so much from that show.
Amanda, please.
Amanda, please. But it was an amazing show. And then you remember all of the young actors that got their start on that show as well. That wound up boosting them into extreme fame, and that's why I have it number 3.
All right, so actually that's crazy you say that because for number 2 I have the Amanda Show. What?
See, like I said, I love the Amanda Show. But your rankings are just out of order.
It's not. No.
You have them. You have Zoe 101 higher than Drake and Josh.
And that's because it's my list. It's my list. God. Anyways, Amanda Show is number 2, and I stand by that. I stand by it. All right. So is your number 2?
Explain why you have it at number 2, because I already explained the Amanda show. You have to explain why it's at 2.
I have it the same reason as you. I just feel like I loved it more. Like I really appreciate.
Why did you think that it deserved to be higher than like Zoe 101?
Because it's literally iconic. You know what I'm saying? Like I think about like, when I watch the show, it reminds me a lot of Living Color and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
it encompasses sort of the culture.
Yeah, I love the way that they had it set up. It's different. You know, we don't have shows like that. Like I mean, like after that show was over, we didn't have shows like that anymore.
Yeah, we had like so random came and went.
Yeah.
You know.
They tried to do it.
They tried to do it. It was, and then there was another show that came out, and it had some funny moments, but it wasn't great. So,
right. So I just like the idea of it and everything like that. It was funny.
It was classic 90s.
Right. I loved it. So I think that's why I have it as number 2.
At number 2, yeah. So at number 2, I have Drake and Josh.
I mean, I like to fight you on it. I mean,
and this is the reason for Drake and Josh. Not only did it have so many iconic episodes, it's also probably, if not outside of iCarly, when you think of Nickelodeon, you think Drake and Josh. They are really the face of Nickelodeon till this day, and especially for people our age. And then on top of that, a lot of the other shows they set the table for a lot of sitcoms like it that came after. Miranda Cosgrove got her start on Drake and Josh. If it wasn't for her start on Drake and Josh, we wouldn't have seen iCarly. And then you saw Drake Bell and Josh Peck continue to make cameos in shows like Victorious and iCarly.
Number 1. We're at number 1 now. Alright. So for number 1, what everybody's been waiting for, I'm sure some people are already disappointed.
Some people are gonna be upset with the number 1.
Yeah, okay. So for number 1, I have All That. And I feel like that's justified. It's justified. Come on. It's a classic. It's like, you know, just after, I feel like it's kind of the same reason as the Amanda show as well. Come on, Kenan and Kel. You have the girl from the Amanda show. You have other people on there too. If you watch Good Burger, you know why. Because you just get excited watching that stuff because they look familiar. They're from, you know. So, like, I really love this show. I like the concept of it. It was really fun to watch. It's iconic, literally. I don't really know how else to put it.
For number 1 for me, I also have All That. All That was Nickelodeon children's version of SNL.
Exactly. Yeah.
In Living Color, and the comedy was real. It wasn't like really corny comedy or anything like that. It was legitimate young people's comedy.
Right.
It wasn't, because I remember even at that age, there was some comedy that you'll listen to and it like made you cringe because it was kids comedy.
Yeah.
This was like a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
Teenage comedy.
It was just silly.
Right.
Humor.
It was silly humor and different things like that. And then on top of that, you look at how many people got their start. The Amanda show branched off of that. Kenan and Kel, which we don't include on this list because technically that show was strictly 90s.
Yeah.
It didn't leak over into the 2000s the same way that the Amanda show and that All That did. All That started in 1994, but it ran all the way up until I believe 2004, 2005. So it had 10 seasons, which is crazy for any show.
Yeah, they don't make them like that
A show going 10 years is nuts.
Yeah.
But it ran 10 years. They rebooted it. I'm pretty sure the reboot is pretty much the same. Tell us in the comment section whose ranking is more accurate. Tell it, and then also put your own ranking in the comment section.
Definitely rank for sure.
Do that. Tell us who we may have left out.
Yeah.
If we left somebody out, left a show, because I know there's shows like Caitlin's Way. There was Romeo's show with Master P. There was a couple other shows, Big Time Rush, that we didn't have on our list. So if there's some shows that you think that should have been on this list but were not,
let us know in the comment section below. Alright, so make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And to all the new subscribers, welcome. I actually need to do a shout out, okay? I almost forgot.
We got a shout out.
Welcome to the family, CeeLo. Okay, subscribe out.
What's good, CeeLo?
CeeLo, welcome to the fam. Alright, so make sure guys, you guys subscribe. Make sure you comment down below so we can shout you out. You know, you join the fam. So
it's a bunch of new y'all that have not commented.
Anyways, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in another video.
Post to the thumbnail.